Welcome to SubscriberNation.com, where you'll meet the creators behind amazing online video channels, sharing their stories, inspiration, and hottest tips, and helping you learn from their success. Hello, Subscriber Nation. I've got a very exciting interview coming to you today about videography and marketing. I've got Owen Hemsath from Videospot, and Owen's going to tell us a little bit about his business and what he's doing with YouTube. So Owen, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for having me out today. I love everything about video. I love everything about your approach to video. I've had so much fun on your channel. And I'm really looking forward to a great interview today. My name is Owen. I'm the president of a company called Videospot. We're a video marketing company out here in San Diego, California, and we run a video blog on YouTube where we help to train, teach, and motivate brands and business owners to be more effective with their video marketing strategy. I started my company when I was in college, and I have a background in web design and in media marketing and kind of wearing the suit and tie to work every day. Absolutely wanted something else. Let's just say I was really getting tired of gentlemen and ladies who were 25, 30 years older than me trying to teach me about media marketing, an environment in which I had grown up in. And I was using, for example, radio ads to lead to a landing page that had a PowerPoint presentation that would convert the viewer to a lead. My company absolutely hated that. They said, you're not supposed to be doing that sort of thing. You just go out and sell airtime. Well, that was not satisfying for me. So I left the organization in around 2008, and I went back to school to be a filmmaker. My goal was to be a filmmaker making short films and really esoteric artistic pieces. Shortly after getting into college, I really love film, but I didn't want to do the broke filmmaker thing where I'm trying to scrape money together to get a project together that might flop. And I had just got married and we started to have kids and things like that. So what happened was I said, you know what, I could start doing a YouTube thing and produce videos for businesses, almost like a newsreel, and say, check out this coffee shop here in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I was living at the time. And that turned into a business. Before I knew it, I was knocking on doors, sometimes doing 17 to 20 videos a day. I would knock on the door and say, hey, I'll do a video for you for 20 bucks right now, right here. A lot of times, 99% of them said yes, no problem. The other 1%, kind of skeptical, didn't know what YouTube was, not really interested in it. From there, I started hiring kids in my classrooms I said, I can cover more ground. I paid them 15 bucks, I took 5 on the top. And next thing you know, I had a business that turned in eventually, after a lot of pitfalls, to Videospot, where we offer a lot of different video marketing products and we serve a nationwide database.
Maybe you could tell me about where you draw your inspiration from.
That's a great question. I really enjoy podcasting, and I spend a lot of time listening to podcasts from thought leaders, not only in my industry, but in other industries, and I get inspiration that way. I really do. I hear what they're doing, and not being a copycat, my brain has always worked this way, where I hear things, similar ideas that I want to kind of take it off and go in a different direction. But let me tell you something that really your listeners might enjoy. I go to the grocery store at night to get ideas, believe it or not.
Okay.
The grocery store is a fountain of marketing and a fountain of innovation. So I'll go there at night after work. Sometimes I'll take my oldest with me, my 7-year-old, and we'll look at product labels. We'll look at how, just last week we were looking at how pickles were being marketed. One label being a plain yellow label, the other being a blue label with a family on it. And we talked about that, and we talked about how does this jar of pickles make you feel? And listening to my son give me these honest answers, he says, it makes me feel fun. It makes me feel hungry. What does this other label make you feel? I don't really like it. And I thought, isn't that interesting how this image of the family reminds us of fun and makes us hungry. So I get a lot of inspiration from there, seeing the labels, seeing the bright colors, seeing what's on the aisle rows. I love the modern grocery store. It's very esoteric. It's very Fight Club, the IKEA catalog and whatnot. But I draw a lot of inspiration, believe it or not, from the grocery store.
Great. Well, I'm going to try that one tonight. I got to go grocery shopping. I'm going to be looking at the marketing.
Don't take too much money with you though, because you'll end up buying that thing of ice cream because you're like, I really do like this label,
Very good. Well, can you tell us about a time that you learned from a mistake?
I'm learning from my mistakes every day, and I try to put myself in a position where I'm always recognizing not necessarily a mistake, but a better way to have done something. In terms of learning from a mistake, I'll give you an example. Working with a difficult client, and I recognized that what I was doing was this client was challenging me on every aspect of our system. We started off our campaign working out very well together. A lot of fluidity, a lot of synergy. We liked each other. We were having coffee together. We were creating great content. And then her son came home from college, and he became the new expert. So now she's getting this third-party advice and challenging me on everything. Now, her son is not a marketer by any means. As a matter of fact, completely unrelated. He's in a completely unrelated industry with zero experience. Now, you don't fight her on her son. You don't do that. So I was really challenged by her challenging me, and I kept fighting her back. Ma'am, that's not the way we're going to do it. And hey, you need to get used to our system, and this is the system that we agreed to. So I met her confrontation with confrontation, and guess what? We stalemated constantly.
Yep.
So I Googled it, how to deal with difficult clients, and I was looking for a new technique on how to deal with this because I reckon I wasn't getting anywhere. And in the end, I want my customers to be happy. In the end, I don't want my way as much as I want them to be happy and to refer the service. Now, of course, there has to be order to that. So I knew that at the same time, my leadership had to be respected in the company if we were going to move forward properly. I can't reinvent the wheel for one client. That's systems make money, and I'm sure many of your listeners have heard that before. So I Googled, I got to a blog that said there's no such thing as difficult people, only unskilled leaders. And I thought that's exactly right. I am not skilled in dealing with a difficult person. And I came to see her not as a difficult client, but as, really as a beautiful person with a different personality than me. And as I came to see her as more of a person and more as a sentient being, deserving of respect and made by God and with all these wonderful complexities about her, I recognized that I needed to meet her where she was at and come to a better understanding. So what I did was I responded to her in a way that was much more apologetic and much more, I'm really sorry that you feel this way, that you feel that we have not met your needs. We have wanted to meet your needs, and just kind of took more of an empathetic approach. Now, is the relationship better? Yes. Is it back to where it was? No, it's not back to where it was. And I'm hoping that through the process of follow-up, now that her account is done, through the process of follow-up and continual reaching out to her, that it will improve. But the real value to that lesson is last week we signed on a new client, very much the same way. And immediately I responded to him the same way I responded to her after having learned from my mistake. And let me tell you, 3 minutes after the conversation had started with, oh man, I'm really sorry you feel that way. Complete 180. And our relationship is better now with that new client. So moments like those really make the process of education and the process of being honest with yourself so valuable.
Yeah, that is awesome. I love how quickly that was able to come around and be a benefit to you too. How about a piece of equipment that you cannot live without?
Well, the camera, obviously the camera, but that really spans into a lot of different environments because I'm using one camera now for this type of shoot. It's different from a camera I would use on a location shoot and different from a camera I would use on a studio shoot. So I'm even going to back out of that and give you kind of maybe a not so exciting of an answer, but I cannot live without my smartphone. The smartphone has bailed me out of so many situations where I need to email somebody. I can do it from my smartphone. I need to shoot a video. And the video on my Samsung S5 is comparable to a Canon 5D Mark III with a kit lens. And you can fake it with a smartphone camera. So this smartphone is something I have too. I have an iPhone 4, which was my main phone, but I did not trade it in. I kept it for the camera and the internet capabilities. and also some of the apps that aren't available on Samsung, like the hyperlapse from Instagram. And I have my Samsung with me at all times, and they're like my pistols, you know, because it's like when this one's not shooting, I can pull out this one, you know. So it's a very important piece of equipment, and it is equipment. It's not just a talking piece or a Facebook piece. It is a valuable tool for scaling and growing our business.
Oh, definitely. I have an iPhone 4S, and it is just amazing. The camera is great. Great. Well, let's move on now and talk about my favorite topic, which is money. And we talked a little bit in the pre-interview here that you're using YouTube as a marketing tool for your business. So maybe you could just give us a quick, 1 minute long explanation of how that works, how you're using YouTube, and how effective it is at bringing you clients.
Yeah, absolutely. YouTube is a marketing tool for video marketing. It is not the only marketing tool. And we use a lot of Vimeo. We also use Facebook video, uploading video directly to Facebook. But in terms of how we use YouTube, we use it in two primary ways. Number one is for a product that we call the Ranker. And what the Ranker is, it's a short conversion optimized video that's designed to rank on YouTube. And we have a strategy and a process for ranking a video on YouTube within 2 weeks to 30 days. Now, that's for generating leads to our business. Hey, somebody's looking for video marketing company Texas. They see our video and they call us from that video. So that's one source of how we use YouTube to grow our business. And we also offer that to our clients as well. And for local clients, it's very, very effective. E-commerce has got some advantages there as well. YouTube primarily serves us as a lead generation tool when it comes to our video blog. And we produce new content on our video blog every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That creates a level of consistency that also helps us to scale our subscriber base. So what happens is when an agency or a firm or a marketing manager is looking for advice on how to get more views, or how do I find an SEO company, how do I find a video marketing company, our goal is that they stumble across our video blog and from there give us a call directly, not because we're marketing those videos, but because they see us and they like what we have to say, and from that, I'm gonna look these guys up or I'm gonna call them. As a matter of fact, I have one video specifically where I'm talking about a website silo structure, which is how Matt Cutts and Bruce Clay say a website should be designed, and I'm more or less an expert in this area. That video gets somewhere around 1,000 hits a month, maybe around 1,100. From that video, I get somewhere around 30 to 40 subscribers a month. That video alone, and I get roughly 3 to 4 leads per month that turn into sales. Those leads, it's random. I convert at least 1% of them, 30%, which is 1 out of 3. Sometime last month it was more. All 3 of them bought. But some at varying levels. One at the $10,000 level, one at the $1,000 level. So it varies on that. But producing great video content that seeks to educate your base that's our model on YouTube, and that's the model that we've been taught by other industry leaders and thought leaders like Michael Stelzner in his book Launch. And it's a very challenging thing to do because you want to sell. Naturally you want to say buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, and you have to resist the urge and say, you know what, I'm just going to feed the audience information that will make them smarter, make them feel better, so they go to that next board meeting and say, boss, I know how to do this. Now on the back end, they're calling me and they're saying, Owen, how do we do this? But that's a client, and I'm happy for them. So that's how we use YouTube, and that's how we encourage our clients to use YouTube from a more holistic perspective. They say, Owen, I want a marketing video that ranks on the web. Well, great. We'll do a couple of those. But you need to be on an active video blogging schedule. Even if it's 1 time a week with your webcam, you've got to be producing engaging content with a pair of human eyes that can connect with your viewer and teach them things they didn't know when they logged on.
Can you tell us what's next for you?
We're relaunching our brand in October, and we've got a brand new logo, a brand new website, and brand new a la carte products and a la carte packages that customers will be able to order right from the web. Now, as I said in the beginning when we were kind of doing the pre-interview, there's not a lot of companies that do what we do. There are video production companies that will make your video for you, and they might post them on the web and do some stuff, but rarely are they going to do a full-on marketing program to get that video viral. And there are marketing companies that might offer video or do like a little whiteboard, you know, hand-drawn animation thing that they'll, it's all of it's done in India and the Philippines. It's exported for 50 bucks. But to create video and to create a marketing plan that pushes that video out is rather, I think, novel to Videospot. And what we are searching for, what we are building towards is nothing less than to be the HubSpot of video marketing.
This all sounds like great stuff. So why don't you tell people how they can find it?
Oh, thank you so much. You can visit our website at thevideospot.net. And you can also check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/simplebusinessvideo. Now, you're also able to type in The Video Spot and you'll most likely find our content. But I would welcome anybody to follow me on Twitter, to follow me, and my Twitter handle is @Owen Hemsath. Follow me on Twitter, add me on Facebook as a friend, or follow the company. You know, if you're a friend, you want to add me as a friend and see what I'm posting personally, I welcome it. You know, my Facebook page that's what it's there for. I'm very transparent and open to the public. I'm doing free webinars and free trainings all the time because my personal goal is to see the local and the small business community really develop a sense of maturity to where you're no longer, you know, subservient to the larger companies and the thought leaders. We want you to be the thought leader in your industry and especially in your locality. So we teach what we teach our major clients to the small business community. And so I invite you to join us, to follow us, to subscribe to us, see what we're doing, learn from us, and please comment in the comment section below. If you have any questions about anything we've covered today, or you just want to get some information, you know, that's what I do, is I engage with the community. So I hope that you will comment below this video and stay in touch with us because we want to know who you are and we want to help you and grow with you.
Awesome, Owen. I love your energy. Very exciting. So we're going to wrap it up now, but Subscriber Nation, we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much. I had a great time.
Thanks for watching. Now it's your turn. Let everyone know what you learned today in the comment section at subscribernation.com, where you'll also find more hot tips and resources. And if you aren't already a Subscriber Nation subscriber, click here. Click here to find another interview or here to see more from today's guest.
Hi, I'm Tess from Miss Maybe Star, and I'm going to be on Subscriber Nation next week.